Ooh. Well, last week, the Social Security Administration announced a plan to require in-person identity checks for millions of recipients while simultaneously closing 47 field offices. But now it's partially walking some of that back. More than 70 million Americans get benefits through SSA.
And a new Social Security rule goes into effect today. It's a major change in how the administration will handle the benefit overpayments. Joining us now is AARP California Campaign Director Michael Murray. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So I want you to go ahead and dive in and explain the clawback policy, because I don't think a lot of people understand. It's the seniors don't usually know they're getting overpayments. It's really an agency situation, but this can really have an impact on people.
Thank you again for having us. The announcement that was made yesterday actually to delay the implementation of some of the customer service changes was something we were glad to see yesterday, and glad to know Social Security Administration is listening to the concerns of AARP, our members, and older Americans about the plans to discontinue the phone service for critical Social Security customer service needs. We know delaying this implementation is not enough, though. Social Security should take a deliberate approach to its changes, to any customer service, any changes they're making, and to get in public input and make sure that they have reasonable times for compliance.
So there is a lot of fear right now among seniors, especially disabled people as well, who are on a fixed income. They might not have access to a field office. Maybe they live in a rural community and who are scared of losing their benefits. Wait times last week on the phone averaged almost 2 hours. What are you hearing from people?
Well, we're hearing a lot of the same sentiments. We're hearing from thousands of older Americans, not just our members, who are confused and concerned about their Social Security payments and whether or not their local office is going to close and what they'll do if it does. As you mentioned, the longer wait times and concerns, particularly in rural areas, those with disabilities who have different service needs to get to those offices, and making sure that we are having our members and representing them and the public to engage their members of Congress on the concerns they have. That's why we were glad to see this 2-week delay that was announced yesterday, but that is a starting point, and we want to see a more deliberate approach to how types of changes could be made if they're needed, and how to engage their members and the public, and ensuring they have opportunities to engage their own members of Congress.
Well, it has been delayed till April 14th, the in-person ID verification policy. But what do people really need to know? If you're sitting at home and you're listening to this and you've tried to get on the phone, you've spent hours trying to get answers, what are the main things people need to know right now?
The main thing we want people to do is to stay informed, and AARP is trying to keep folks informed about the changes that are being proposed and what it could mean to them individually. We're encouraging people to go to aarp.org/Social Security to not only stay informed about what we're learning ourselves, and also to find ways to engage their members of Congress and what they need to be asking their members of Congress about the changes that are impacting them directly and their families, particularly as we know that there are 68 million people who rely on Social Security and rely on that for the large percentage of their income, if not all of their income.
The other thing I've been hearing from seniors is that they're worried about their personal information being exposed, falling into the hands of DOJ employees who are going through all of this data and documents. What should we all do for family members or loved ones who might be disabled or elderly to get them the help they need?
What we're really concerned about is, in reality, these types of impact is the fraud that can be involved, as you just mentioned. We're concerned and trying to educate members through our regular fraud watch efforts that people could be government imposters, and what to be thinking about, and not just to take information that you're hearing or perhaps even through a call about benefits, but to inquire and say that you will get back to them. Make sure you educate yourself on AARP.org and our fraud watch efforts to see what you can learn to make sure that you and your loved ones are protected, and to ask questions. Don't assume something is going to just happen without asking questions.
Good advice. Michael Murray, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you all. Have a good day.
You too.